I drank every single day for 15 years, and I don't know why nobody's talking about this, but it's not actually hard to change your drinking habits when you do it for the right reason. I can have a glass or two of wine without drinking the whole bottle, and pounding vodka tonics no longer sounds like a great way to relax. But when I talk about the strategies that helped me get my shit together, people who think of sobriety as a religion say that I'm lying or crazy or evil. Luckily, I'm not the type of person that's going to sit down and shut up just because a certain segment of the population doesn't agree with what I have to say. I figured out exactly what was causing me to drink and also how to prevent it. I now teach intuitive drinking to high-achieving women, entrepreneurs, executives, licensed professionals who just want to reduce their drinking by 80%. And I don't advise them to quit drinking because that just increases the obsession and reinforces the belief that staying sober is somehow hard or complicated. Case in point, I talked to a lawyer last week who had never had any issues with alcohol until she went through a really hard time. COVID, her brother died unexpectedly, and her position with a startup just fell apart. She was overwhelmed by grief and stress, and yeah, she was drinking too much. But it wasn't until a good friend had a talk with her, kind of like an intervention, that the idea got stuck in her head that she wasn't just going through a hard time, she's an alcoholic. When I talked to her, she'd actually been sober for a few months. But here's the thing, she was still obsessing about the whole thing, worrying that if she ever drank again, she would lose control. This is why you have to realize that alcohol use disorder is a thinking problem, not a drinking problem. And there is a solution, and sobriety ain't it. You gotta stop trying to think your way out of a feeling problem and learn how to process your emotions like grief and regret and shame and fear. Over drinking is not a lack of willpower. It's a skill deficit. So follow my account if you want to learn the exact strategies I teach my client that allows my program to have a 95% success rate.